Let's get started. And we begin with Shahar Bin-Nun. He's CEO of the Jerusalem-based Vuze HumanEyes. And his company's 360-degree virtual reality camera aims to do exactly what we were talking about before the break, namely boost VR out of its niche towards mass adoption. So I'm very pleased to welcome Shahar to the stage to begin his pitch. And here's your clicker, if you need that. And there's your clock.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Shahar Bin-Nun, the CEO of HumanEyes Technologies, the creator of the Vuze camera, who's just staring at you right now. I'm here to talk about immersive experience and VR. So I'd like to start with why VR? Why do we need VR? We think it's the ultimate storytelling medium. The ultimate storytelling medium. Whether you are just sharing an experience of your last vacation, whether you're a filmmaker, whether you're just creating content for any business application that you can imagine, you're engaging with your customers, with your viewers, but they are no longer viewers. They are participants. And where they become participants, you drive emotions. That's the way to drive emotion. Now, how does VR do it? How? Via immersive experience. I don't know if you're familiar with that term, but immersive experience where you immerse yourself, you put yourself in a different place, in a different location, and you actually feel as if you're there. So let's see what happens to this nice guy who immersed himself in a certain scene, in this case, a roller coaster. And what happened to him was somebody interfered with his immersive experience. Pretty shocking. The poor guy. He was thinking as if he's falling off from the immersive experience. So we think that there are two kinds of people. People who think that VR will change the world, and people who haven't tried VR yet. So, a little bit about HumanEyes. It all started with a dream. We really wanted to allow everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody in this audience. We are all in user-generated content. So everybody can create immersive experience easily. That was our dream. We wanted it as immersive as this. That's pretty immersive. But actually, the beginning was much less glamorous. We built dozens of ugly rigs of the camera, doing hundreds of tests, trying to make it simple to our customers. It was very, very, very hard. But let me show you and introduce you the Vuze camera, the only camera that is capturing content and creating content in 3D and in 360, a true VR content. This is the story of the camera. Well, I hope you were smiling when you watch it because you've been captured in 3D and 360. And so, what is the ultimate immersive experience? And this is the educational part of this presentation. So, in order to create an immersive experience, it must be in 360 because we see things in 360, full spherical 360, actually. That's not enough. It must be in 3D because the world isn't flat. We see depth. So in order to really feel in a certain scene, we must see everything in 3D. Unfortunately, that is not enough as well. It should be also with 360 audio because we hear things in 360. If I have a crying baby here and a laughing baby here, I know that the crying baby is on my right side. That is not enough as well. And this is actually where the gap that currently there is between what exists in the market and what actually the customers are waiting for. It must have extremely high resolution. The resolution that we have, this is a 4K resolution camera, and it's not enough. It's very good. It's a great step forward, but it's not enough. 4K resolution is not really enough. Also, it must be in a very high frame rate, and the content should be interactive. This is basically where the gap is. Why it has to have so much resolution? Why 4K is not enough? Think about it. When we say a 4K resolution, we're looking at the entire sphere, but actually we see only 1/6 of the sphere. So a 4K resolution is less than 1K. In addition to that, we're placing it 2 centimeters away from our eyes with a VR headset, which magnifies the scene. So simple calculation shows us that in order to get what Steve Jobs defined as a retina screen, basically that you don't want to see the pixels, is 12K for VR. There's no platform right now that supports 12K, not even close to that. But the good news, it's getting there, and it's getting there much faster than you think with the relevant platforms. 8K is already coming. The frame rate is also very critical. That is the #1 reason for VR nausea, by the way. And according to researchers, they say that even at 200 frames per second is required to avoid completely the VR nausea. That's another challenge of this industry, and we are dealing it together with all our competitors. So what we have done so far, pretty good for a $800 camera. We capture everything in 360, we do it in 3D, and we have 360 audio, just for $799 US. It fits your wallet and your pocket. So we also wanted to make it extremely simple to create the content. Right now, up until now, it was very complicated. We've done it with one click of a button, literally one click of a button. We have a very robust VR studio that is creating the content in one click. We do have, though, many, many other features for the more advanced users. You can flip it, you can trim it, you can edit it, you can change the colors, you can do whatever you want with it, but you don't have to do that. You just connect the camera, you click on one button, and it creates a full spherical VR content for you with this nice, very simple VR studio. So, virtual reality has finally become a reality. If you haven't tried VR yet, I strongly encourage you to do so. And I would like to finish this presentation with a short clip that we have done. What happened to a guy who was too drunk and maybe missed the entire party. It was an amazing party for him, and he just was too drunk and he missed it completely. But luckily, it was captured in VR. He could relive the moment as if he was in the party. So, thank you very much for your time. I invite you to visit us at booth 133 at Hall 11.1. It's just 17 miles away from here. And please come and see the great content, underwater content, flying from airplanes content we just created with the Vuze camera. Thank you very much for the time.
Thanks so much, Shahar Bin-Nun. Many thanks for that.
Very much.
We're going to have our voting. And I'll ask Shahar to stand there so we can do it in the order we heard it in. And I'm going to ask Katrin if she's ready with the decibel measurer. In case you weren't with us yesterday for our Innovation Slam, then please meet Katrin. And she has our scientific device with which we are going to ascertain who gets the most applause of our three slammers today. So I'm going to read out the three different names and brief mention of their innovation, and then I'm going to ask you to clap if you think that that particular one is the one that was the most convincing, the best explained, the most inspiring. Okay? Ready to go? So, this is, our first one was Shahar Bin-Nun with his VR 360-degree camera. If you think that was the most compelling of the three things we heard, please clap now. The only thing we don't have a way to measure is whether anybody claps twice. So we're counting on you to do the right thing here. Our next one was Jens Bernhard with his OrCam, which is artificial vision technology. And if you think that he had the most compelling of the three innovations you heard about today, please clap now. Okay, and finally, our last contestant, Thomas Granrid, with his Swedish radio customizable radio that will allow you essentially to personalize linear radio for yourself. So once again, if you think that that is the most interesting, the most compelling of the three things that we have just heard about, please clap now. Okay, and Katrin is now going to give us the results. Okay, so our winner is HumanEyes, Shahar Bin-Nun with his camera. Decibels of 93.1%, and a very, very warm congratulations to you for that. So, yes, let's see. How do we do this? Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Something very special, unique to Berlin, which doesn't quite rival Israel as a startup location, but people here are working on it. So many, many thanks to all of you. Congratulations to all and good luck to all with your innovations. Lots of support, hopefully, in the future. Bye-bye.